news centre at 7. Sean Wright is under more pressure to quit as South Yorkshire's police commissioner following the child sex abuse scandal in Rotherham. His deputy, Tracy Cheetham, is resigning her post and thinks her boss should do the same. Ofsted's now going to carry out an inspection of child protection services in Rotherham. Former teacher Jill Fordry says she regularly spotted kids that she thought were being groomed.
You would see the same children getting into the same cars week after week. The only thing that we could do as teachers was report it to the teacher in charge of child protection, who would then pass it on to either police or social services.
UKIP is celebrating a PR coup after the Tory MP for Clacton in Essex announced he was defecting. Douglas Carswell has now joined UKIP and will fight a by-election. Overall net migration in the UK, the difference between migrants leaving and arriving, has risen by 250,000 in the year to March. That's up from 175,000 the previous year. Police have started an investigation after a number of people apparently attempted to sell their votes in the independence referendum online. eBay has since removed the listings. In the next hour, the Prime Minister will make the business case for Scotland remaining part of the UK. David Cameron says he has a very positive message to deliver to the CBI dinner in Glasgow.
The opportunity for business, the scale of the United Kingdom, the solidarity that the United Kingdom has as a family of nations is good for business, good for jobs, and that means good for all the people living and working in Scotland.
In football, the Champions League draw's been made and Liverpool's toughest opponents will be Real Madrid. Manchester City's group features Bayern Munich, CSKA Moscow and Roma. Arsenal have to contend with Borussia Dortmund, Galatasaray and Anderlecht. Chelsea have a straightforward group, which includes Schalke. And Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have married in a secret ceremony in France. Their 6 children were all involved in the service at their wine chateau on Saturday. That's the latest. I'm Tim Jones.
This is WFM 97.2.
Hi, this is Oz from the Reality Party, and you're listening to the unedited audio experience with Sandra Shufflebottom. Enjoy.
Hello? Why can't I hear it? Hello. I'm going to knock that off because it's doing no good.
Have you got
Right, so, hello, you're back with me, Sandra Shufflebottom, on 97.2 WFM, and right in front of me, I've got sat Bez. Hello, Bez.
How do you, Sandra?
I'm fine, thank you. And I've asked you to come in. I've got Oz as well. Sorry about that. Do you want to come in to see what your mic's like?
You forgot about me, didn't you?
I did. Well, I've only got eyes for Bez, you see. He's got these amazing blue eyes.
He's like the Pied Piper.
Well, you did say that, didn't you? But, cheers. Thank you very much for coming in. So tell me all about why you set up this party.
Well, the political party was firstly and foremostly set up to fight the frackers, and initially it was said in jest one early morning to a Manchester Evening News report, who I wasn't speaking very nicely to either at the same time. I was actually it's completely slipped my mind that I was going to set up this, threaten to take echoes in this morning rant I was having for being woken up. I was more concerned about the cursing and swearing. Because I really give it a badly, you know what I mean? And I was between like trying to talk rationally and snapping for being woken up from a deep sleep.
Well, no one likes being woke up, do they?
And then next thing here, the phone was going off all day saying it's best running for this what she call them? Hazel Blair's MP seat in Salford. Because I did actually say it just out of a morning rant, and it turned into something more than that, and I got people was saying that I should actually do it, so I'm actually been doing it. I don't know what I'm actually doing, but we've been doing it for a while now. But mostly I do know what we're doing.
You're doing alright, because flipping it, you've been about. I mean, I've seen you on Max. His name?
Max Kaiser. Yeah. No, I've been. What's the most amazing thing is the attention from the world's press. It's gone right round the world, and people know that around the world that we've stood up and we're defending our lands, and that's the most amazing thing. That it's actually international as well. You know what I mean? That's so. Yeah, but Go on, you say something else.
So tell me about Nana Camp.
Oh yeah, Nana Camp was awesome. Bunch of women in Lancashire. I say a bunch of women, they're really, cool women actually. Decided to do a section 6 on a field in Little Plumpton, just outside Blackpool, where Quadrilla, which is the main drilling company out there, the fracking company out there, are going to be doing some. Well, they're actually applying for licences to frack that area.
Yeah.
So they took the field. They did what's known as a section 6, which is basically squatters' rights. They took the field and occupied it for a fair old time.
How long?
I think it lasted something like 3 weeks. The plan was really it was more of a publicity stunt. They were never really going to occupy the field for forever.
A bunch of grandmas.
They just wanted to highlight fracking in that area, bring it home to the people
Did
of that
anyone
area.
get beat up?
No. But today they've been in court today, and it's a test case in court today, because not only was it of the eviction of the nanny gate off the fields, they gave the farmer back the land, not only is that land but adjacent fields and fields around it. But it was the case. Well, it was a testing case because they wanted to ban people from round.
So you won?
No.
It was adjourned.
It was adjourned. Yeah.
Quadrilla got pretty sneaky and really didn't let anybody know just exactly what they were applying for in the court today.
So what
So
were
didn't
they
really
applying for?
Well, they've applied for an injunction to stop people, or he kept saying
from round people of the will he wanted to stop the world population from informing each other about fracking sites, basically they was trying to gag us all. No, Godzilla wanted to have a gagging order put on anyone sharing information on fracking sites, any fracking. Basically he wanted us gagging
and an injunction on
anyone who is found to be sharing information on anti-fracking movements, fracking sites and fracking would have been then breaking the law. So this is like a test case, and they're trying to backdoor it.
Well, the judge actually said so you're actually trying to put an injunction on everybody.
On free speech, pretty much.
Free speech, yeah. But this is one of the things also I found out was standing for, because I forgot what's the trade thing, the trade. It don't matter.
Oh, the Treaty of Nice.
Well, there's the Treaty of Nice, which has had its name changed to the Treaty of Lisbon now, because it's out that it's called the Treaty of Nice, and the people are talking about it. Did I tell you about it last time?
Yeah, we did a little bit.
Yeah. Where the Queen gives up the sovereignty of the country in November. Yeah. So that's happening then. I can't remember what I was talking about.
Well, I remember I read it out not long ago. The Queen gives the well, not I don't think it was this Queen. I think it was another royal family. They give the Vatican owns everything, and the Queen the royal family just live there.
Well, the Vatican and the Queen owns its own principality in London. It's called the City of London. It's separate from the rest of London. She also owns the state of Washington. The state of Washington don't belong to America. It belongs to the Queen and the Vatican. I think also. Yeah.
Wow.
She's a sneaky old devil, is she?
Well,
she also sells arms around the world as well, and she's one of the biggest arms dealers in the world, and one of the reasons why we're threatening to build 8 nuclear power stations, because we need the enriched uranium to build nuclear bombs with. And not only one of the reasons, don't know if I said last time as well, why we think we're being used as a fracking site. 67% of the country's up for fracking, and we think it's going to be used, the fracking wells, for dumping nuclear waste down there as well. Because Sellafield, we took on the contracts, I don't know how many years ago, and we declared to the world we found a way to make this nuclear waste safe. We had it, and now we've got shitloads of it, sorry to excuse the French, stockpiled up at Sellafield. And the latest geological reports coming out of America and all that was saying what a perfect place the fracking wells will be to store all this waste uranium. So we also think that is the uranium, then the shell gas fracking is just like a red herring or a flag, whatever you want to call it.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because it don't make no commercial or any viable sense whatsoever. And we think it's just like...
to kill us.
Yeah, to kill us. Well, I like to say it's a genocide, but I got told off for saying that for being over dramatic. But I do think the genocide in us, when you look at what it actually does, you're taking fresh water, drinking water, poisoning, eating, how many gallons is it?
Oh, the gallons of water is ridiculous.
Yeah,
the water involved in fracking is absolutely
so
ridiculous.
they're just basically poisoning all the water, making the water. So in the end, our future is not only we're moving into a federal Europe, because this is going to be the last time we can ever vote in a general election, and next time we'll be voting for the president of Europe, because we're going into this federal Europe, because the Queen's giving up sovereignty or fiscal rights and sovereignty of our lands, you know what I mean? So we don't make any of our own laws anymore.
Why should she still be the Queen?
Well, I'm not too sure on that. There's also questions of the legality of being on the throne, but that's another story. And the legality of whether we're actually legally in Europe, which is another story. But I think being in Europe is actually a good thing. But we don't want to be in Europe where the corporates are running and telling us what to do and making the laws, privatising our police forces, privatising our hospitals, and we don't really want all that, you know what I mean? But we want the good things coming out of Europe, like the human rights and all that, because we don't want to lose our human rights. Because if we lose our human rights, we are finished, you know what I mean? That's the one thing we've got left to hold on to at the moment. So
well, they've just admitted, haven't they, that in Blackpool they caused earthquakes.
Yeah.
Well,
I remember last
that
time.
was common knowledge. I think that was common.
Yeah,
Everybody knew
we
that.
spoke about it last time.
Yeah.
Well,
it was nice of him to admit it.
And in all now as well, they've had in the drilling sites up there, they're having flowbacks, and it's all going wrong in all as well already. And they've only just started fracking, and they're having fracking incidents and fracking accidents.
Yeah, there's a call.
Yeah. And they've not even started fracking yet, and it's already going wrong. You know what I mean?
They did a test frack there, and the pressure went through the roof on that wellhead, to the point where they had to bring in 25... The equipment, to put it right, was £25,000 a day.
Oh my God.
And that was what they call a mini frack, so it's a test frack. It wasn't even a full fracking. That's happening now in Hull. Those people up there on that front line there deserve a real big shout out. We've been chatting to one today, one of our lads, and so we're going to try and get a visit up there, actually, to go and see him. Because one of the ways that we to stop fracking is absolute direct action. We need thousands of people on the ground.
And come September, when they come back to do Manchester, which is in our city centres, more or less, they've got a fracking well in our city centres, and that is a major threat for every citizen of Manchester, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we need to get bodies on the ground and make sure that they can't frack, because there's that many people on there. It's impossible for them to do the work, because we can't go through legal courts, because we're just getting... Well,
we got hammered today.
We're getting steamrolled in the courts, you know what I mean? Every objection and every bit of fight we put up, we're just getting squashed. So the only way to do it is by bodies, and that's how they did it in Australia, innit? Just by sheer numbers on the ground, and just stop them from doing it.
It was great to see
but the threat to the people of Manchester and their health, their children, the grandchildren, we're all like, it's a direct assault on the people of Manchester. And this rig is less than 3 miles out of our city centre.
So about Moss as well, they're going to put a biomass incinerator on that land there at Davyhulme. So imagine that. I mean, the air quality around there, you'll have to wear gas masks. It's already heavily polluted. When we did the Section 6 on the Barton Bridge there on that land there, people were getting really ill. People were going on with rashes and all sorts of things.
She wasn't well, she wasn't feeling well.
Yeah. Well, people in the area are suffering sickness already through the air, just through the air quality alone.
It's not even started, has it? It's not even started.
And I think
that's the industry that's already there.
And there's already been proven
put more on it.
To be spillages and pollution already at Barton Moss in the streams and that around there. The streams are already contaminated.
Well, they said they didn't frack, you see, but they obviously did.
Oh. So you can't take them to court for
contamination.
lying? Could you take them to court for lying? Could you do that?
Well, basically, what's he called, the Lord Mayor, he's been getting done for corruption at the moment, taking back
They all look at the International Monetary Fund.
And basically the councils are set up as a dictatorship. They have you might get elected as a councillor, but you actually have no say or in any of the decision making. It's an upper cabinet of 6 people who get to make all the decisions, and who are taking all the bribes and the backhanders.
So who are these 6 people?
Well,
yeah. So even if in Earlham, the councillors around there say we don't want you to come back to Barton Moss and frack, it'll go over their heads anyway. The decision's not made in Earlham, even though they say they don't want it.
So whose decision is? Whose decision?
It's central government, is it?
So it's Cameron.
It always goes back to central government, and Cameron's steamrolling the country. As we said, 67% of the country's up for fracking.
And
when you look at that on a map, that's immense.
Yeah. I went to... And
going to blow up? I think we're going to blow up.
It's incredible. It's the whole country. When you look at what's happening, it's the whole country. They're going to turn it into a gas well with poisoned water. And once your water table's poisoned, your land's poisoned, there's no coming back from this poisoning. The land is absolutely unusable. We'll never be able to use our land again for what it's meant to be used for, and that's living, growing your food, and generally the survival of us. You know what I mean?
Which is the core element of the Reality Party, really. Because the thing is to let people know that you can actually take this on yourself and do it yourself.
You want these solar panels, don't you?
Yeah, well, I've now been given the go-ahead to set up an energy co-op. I've got the money to do it, to either buy land, solar panels, solar farms. I've been in meetings with various companies and people who do specialise in renewable energies, and most of my ideas got blown out the water, like solar farms and all that, because of the objections of the glare going into Manchester Airport and all that, jets landing, the problem of security, and you're opening it to extortion, like, last night we had a couple of panels and we need an extra man on security and all that bollocks, you know what I mean? So I think the best way to do it is a wind turbine, and so now we're looking to get land, some private land, so I can put a massive wind turbine on there, and what we'll do is the money what it generates goes onto the grid. The money I get back, I'll give the whole of Salford a discount on the bills.
Well, that's brilliant. That's brilliant and all that.
And hopefully we can raise enough money to get a second one built, because we'll keep a bit of dough out the co-op, and eventually we can deliver free power to everybody in Salford.
Well, that's completely amazing, and it always should have been free, and all the rest of it. Like Tesla wanted to give the world free energy, so why not Tesla's energy?
Tesla has actually worked out the source of free energy, and it's now proven to be...
Well, it wasn't Tesla, it was the Egyptians found it, you know.
Well, it's the sound of Gaia. Well, it's been known for years. It's sound of Gaia, and the earth rings like a bell. Yeah. And that's where the source of free energy is, and electric and everything. There's a fellow who's like boiling water with some sound. Have you seen him doing that? So the source of free energy is within in sound and the sound of the earth. You know what I mean? And
you only need a magnet and a bit of copper. You know what I mean?
Well, it just needs to start reverse engineering thing, because you can levitate things with sound, kind and all that. So it's called. You've got to just start reverse engineering it, and somebody clever enough can work out what it is he's done. I think they actually know how to do it, and they're just withholding the information from us. Because who wants to give something away for free unless you're me? How much did that cost us?
costs nothing.
Yeah, but so that is our policy. Well, my policies are, I think it should be free food through permaculture, free energy through renewables, free public transport, free drinking water, and a free health system. You know what I mean? Just the basic human rights.
Clean drinking water.
Yeah. And I think we should all be entitled. We're in supposed to be a civilised thing, one of the richest nations in the world, and we can't provide and cater for our citizens in a good and proper manner.
It's disgusting.
And they talk about collective responsibility, and the bankers say that we are responsible for this debt they cause, and they carry on making millions, massive, big, huge bonuses, whilst we're all slowly getting poorer and poorer, struggling, surviving on less and less, making fucking ends meet, and that's our collective responsibility of it all. You know what I mean?
We're all in this together.
Yeah. And I don't see that happening. I don't see them taking any share of their responsibility. You know what I mean? Just keep on raking it in.
I wonder, it gets me, because I think, well, they want to do this, that and the other, and they'll like pretty much kill off the earth. What's going to be left for them? Don't they realise that?
Well, they'll just escape to Europe, this federal Europe they're building. You know what I mean? We're going to be the dumping ground of Europe. We're going to be because we already take on the world's nuclear waste. So that's already
for instance,
arriving.
where will the Queen go?
The Queen go back home to Germany. She's a German, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because that's what I was saying. Because the Queen's family, they're called the Handovians. And they
Saxburg.
Handover family, and with him, which is that's the Windsor family. They changed the names in World War II, so they don't get mistaken as Germans. I know the Germans, but it don't matter. You know what I mean?
You're from Ancoats, aren't you?
Yeah. What's that, sorry?
You're from Ancoats?
No, I'm Salford.
What made me think you're from Ancoats?
Because I hang around in all areas, really. You see me in most areas in Manchester. But I've got friends in Ancoats as well. Hang around round mills sometimes down there. Get me clogs on.
My great grandparents had a pot shop on Ancoats Lane.
A pot shop?
Pot shop.
Right.
Pot shop.
Nice.
Many years ago.
But so I don't know where I was got up to in the question.
Well, I'll tell you what, why don't we play a tune?
Go on then.
And regroup. So here we go with a bit of a New Order. me, Sandra Shufflebottom, and I'm here with Bez from the Happy Mondays and Oz from the Reality Party. Hello.
Oh, yeah.
And we were just talking about...
permaculture.
Yeah. And what was it you said something amazing.
Well, I said permaculture is revolution disguised as organic gardening.
There you go, how brilliant is that?
There you go.
But basically it's about taking control back of your lives and that, and because what I'm doing at the moment, I'm going into an approved school. I'm don't know why I do these mad things, but I do it anyway. But I'm going into this approved school. I'm taking beehives in there, and the idea of permaculture, right there, 12-month sort of lesson plan together, and so it's not just me giving things, it comes with a lesson plan as well. And it's like the bees being the giver of life, and putting juices in there, so trying to teach about this new food science where food is actually the medicine, and with food you can actually control
medicine.
You can control all diseases, teach about people getting their bodies into an alkaline state, and when you're alkaline it's impossible to get cancer, diabetes and other illnesses. Basically food can cure everything, and through juicing you can actually control and prevent most diseases.
Juicing?
Through juicing,
yeah. My
and
brother,
it's got to be like
we all juice, you've got to get on it.
My brother did it the other day.
It's so no.
But it's a food science anyway, so I'm teaching about juicing, and what I do is plant up these edible landscapes, so everywhere you look it's like medicine growing. It's food, and you can go like pick your fruit, some apples, a bit of spinach, a bit of kale, because you get all these perpetual things that just grow. You don't even need to garden it, you just plant it up and it just gets on with growing on its own. So
it's that food that's giving you the cancers in the first place. The crap that people are eating,
like
it's making them ill.
KFC.
It's almost like you're being farmed.
Because
the cancer industry is huge.
Well, the
cancer research is even bigger.
It's massive.
As soon as I heard that, years ago,
no disrespect to anybody
research, thought, that's going to be big.
No disrespect to anybody out there, because people going through cancer, it's a real thing for them.
Yes,
but we know that it is treatable. I mean, we know that cannabis cures cancer. We know that,
and it's preventable.
Preventable as well.
The thing is what they don't teach you is prevention. And what it is all about, if we can get people on how to prevent all these diseases and work on prevention, because they don't tell you how to prevent yourself from getting it, and that's what the idea is. We're teaching prevention, growing food, teaching about food, cropping your food in cycles and all that. And also now I've got some energy company who's going to are going to be able to put solar panels onto their curriculum as well. But I don't know how it's going to go, because this school's like mad as you can possibly hope. If they're like really angry kids who
they need something to do.
What school's it called?
It's an approved school. I can't remember the name of it. It's in Swinton, Salford. My mate teaches there. So I'm going to go in there and help out next year with this idea of permaculture. I've already gone into another school with bees. I want to go into my son's primary school with bees, and the idea of permaculture, and they're called forest gardens. These gardens, what send themselves, you just bang them up, perpetual fruit every year. You get, like I say, it just grows. You don't need to have to garden it. So they're like your forest garden. They just grow wild, and reseed and keep growing year after year. That's there no matter what. You know what I mean? Then you do your farm gardening.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. I remember seeing one at an airport somewhere in the world, and they've got these tall things, and then it's growing whatever, but it's growing food. Yeah,
you can grow food up walls,
in an
all sorts of stuff. Yeah, you can.
It made me think, why do they do it with
it's just on Facebook alone. If you put permaculture into Facebook, you'd be inundated with loads of stuff. There's loads of pages up there.
All these families who are now struggling, they should be getting together, and you can take care of your basic needs, your veg, potatoes, carrot, all that bollocks you can grow yourself. And if you grow it in community, it makes the work easier. and you're relying less on people to provide for you, and you're providing for yourself. And not only you're providing for yourself, you're creating community amongst yourself as well, you know what I mean, and helping each other out.
You see what they do in Todmorden?
Yeah.
You see what they do in Todmorden?
No.
In Todmorden, they grow food all over the town there. So there's
it's a lovely town,
food all over the place. Incredible edibles.
Yeah, incredible edibles, yeah.
So you can walk around the town there, and there's just food growing all over the place, and it's free.
And there's already schemes going on like that in Salford. I'm going to have a meeting with a fella who's already doing that. I
mean, why can't they do that at Wimshire Park? You know, it's that big, and flipping it, they could grow loads of food.
Well, the food industry is as big as the health industry, isn't it? You know, that's how they feed you all that crap in the first place. But it's worth massive amounts of money as well. Look at Monsanto. Monsanto want to control the food. They want all the food. They want to control all of it.
Well, it's that Roundup, innit? It's Monsanto's not good, but it's that Roundup spray, the pesticide.
Where did Monsanto start?
It wasn't it.
Agent Orange.
Yeah.
Agent Orange.
That's
what they came up with. That was where they came into the market.
Because that was in the Vietnam War, wasn't it?
Got into food, seeds. It's illegal to own certain seeds. You can't have heirloom seeds. You can't grow this seed.
Did they have that in this country?
No, they're trying to backdoor it. Because what's happening is when we go into this federal Europe next year, and I can't remember the initials, but the corporates will be running Brussels, you know what I mean? You've got Brussels Parliament, then you've got all the major corporates.
The ITTP.
Yeah, and they'll just be... They just pay everybody off. And we don't make our own laws up for our own land no more, and we're going to get hit with GM modified foods. They're already Owen Patterson was backdooring it. I think he's had his job too. I don't know who'll be doing the job for now, but they're trying to rush GM foods in there. And once we got GM foods, that's the end of our natural ecosystem as well, because once that pollen goes into the atmosphere,
they've already done
nothing but GM food will ever grow there ever again.
They're not growing. There's these farmers who are trying to grow GM food, and the food's not growing. So what's all that about?
Here's the weird thing about that GM stuff, right? It actually takes more pesticides than a non-GM crop. The reason, what they do is they genetically modify them so that they are resistant to the chemicals that they spray on them. Other plants will just die on the amount of, or non-GM plants will die from lesser amounts of chemicals. So they've produced a plant that is able to stand up to the very product that they produce, which is Roundup.
Yeah. It's so sick. It's so sick.
You actually get more yield. It's a lie, by the way. You actually get more yield from an organic crop than you do from a GM crop, and you don't have to poison the planet doing it.
No.
I mean, when you talk about organic food, it's not just about how it makes you feel, and you know, and it's good to eat. It's about what it does for the environment, because we're not using any chemicals. We've got to stop throwing chemicals at the planet.
You know when Maggie privatised everything, would you take it all back?
Well, yeah, that's one of some people have been trying to soften me politics down a little bit, which I'm not quite comfortable with.
No, don't let them. No.
And want me to become more user-friendly, you know what I mean? But, no, I'm being approached, will you please become more user-friendly, you know what I mean? But I refuse to do it in a way, because I think that them services are ours. They've got sold illegally, and they all need nationalising again, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
that's the first thing I'd do.
Yeah, and we cannot allow, like the National Health System, we're getting all these brand new buildings, health centres being built all around the place. Yeah. They're being closed down. We've got one shut down. Yeah, there's one here as well that they're closed down. Brand new, is it? Yeah. Oh, they build brand new health centres with our money, what we've paid for, and then they want to privatise and sell it back. That building is ours. We've paid for that building, and they want to sell the use of that building back to us. And that's bollocks. We don't need that, and we cannot allow it to happen. It's another thing. And along that as well, there's they've ended the legal aid system as well. So you are now no longer entitled. So if you had a grievance with, say, one of these fracking companies, because your house has lost X amount of money, 20% it's gone more down than more than 20%, yeah. More, and your kids have got weird rashes, you don't know what they are and all that, and you want to take these companies to court. You can't even take them to court anymore because you won't have the money to take a massive corporation to court, and plus also you don't get legal aid anymore because there's no legal aid system. So we're already having all these rights taking off us right now, you know what I mean? And this is before we even in the federal Europe with the corporates will be privatised police force run by a corporate army protecting corporate rights, not people's rights, you know what I mean? This is the future, and this is where what we're being taken into without consultation with the people, you know what I mean? So
you get a private police force, you get a private prison, you get banged into prison on some jumped up charge.
Well, just make big sausage factories for nothing. You'd be making sausages all day long. You know,
work for nothing. Literally.
Workhouses, you know what I mean? You just locked up.
What are you doing it now? I know round here, I've seen a few people myself that I went to school with sweeping roads. Yeah. You know, so
it's a noble job.
Well, that's what
it's a noble job.
Do now,
but it's still a noble job. It needs doing. Somebody's got to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Well, one minute you're on the dole, next minute
you're in prison, being paid nothing.
Yeah.
On a jumped up charge as a slave labour.
Well, it's happening there. That's what she's saying. Yeah. They're already enslaving people, slave labour.
Yeah, I mean, they're not getting paid for any money. They're just getting the dole.
They get the dole.
You know what I mean? Just having to sweep the roads for it. I mean, it's great that everywhere's clean. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be a case of no, go and sweep that road and I'll give you a bit of money to just be able to feed yourself for a couple of days.
There's enough for everybody. The greedy people have got way too much money.
So
way too much money.
What do we do? How do we get it back off them?
Well, there's a couple of ways we can take it off them.
No, it's not about that.
Or
really.
we can just crack on with the stuff that, like Bez was saying earlier there, just crack on with it anyway.
Yeah. Well, what I think we should do is end the present banking system and nationalise the banking system, start creating cottage industries, giving small loans out to small businesses from £500 to a few £1,000, and we need a banking system what supports the community to help a community grow, so we can start developing small businesses. We stop using the big Tesco's, all that, and people start blatantly blanking corporate thingies and stop buying their products, and let's create our own society, our own cottage industries. We get a banking system what supports people so we can set up these small businesses, and we just rebuild our country again, you know what I mean, because we was a nation of shopkeepers once, they did say, you know what I mean? Well, I think it was Margaret Thatcher or something like that.
Oh, he said it. He said that.
But she did say it, didn't she, you know what I mean? But we was once a nation of shopkeepers, and we need that cottage industry returning back. And we can't let all the corporates own every business and putting it in one big building.
Community. We need the community back. People need to start looking after each other and helping each other and talking to each other. I live on a street, I don't even know my neighbours. Don't know half my neighbours, to tell you the truth.
What area are you in?
Bernage.
Sorry?
Burnage.
Oh, Burnage. That's alright, Burnage.
Bernage. But yeah, you know, and that's a shame really. Because the hub of the community seems to have disappeared, doesn't it? You know, you had the youth club, for example, when I was a kid, and you had your community centres and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, people talk to each other. It doesn't seem to happen anymore. Because that's been stripped away. That it's actually easier to talk to somebody on the other side of the world via social networking or something, isn't it, than it is to talk to your neighbour.
So, what's the plan? So, the plan is for you to become MP of...
Yeah, well, we're going to go Salford. What it does entail is a lot of hard work, and that's what I didn't realise, you know what I mean? But I'm prepared to do it because it's for the cause against the fracking, you know what I mean? There's nobody at the moment standing up for the working people and workers' rights, you know what I mean? And their voice needs to be heard again. The Labour Party used to be the Socialist Party. They used to stand for the people, talk for the people.
The Labour Party think that socialism is a dirty word now.
Yeah,
you know?
well,
there's no difference between the main parties.
And we can't have this idea that UKIP, you know what I mean? That is sickening. And what it is UKIP is a purpose bit of social engineering, like Jihad fucking John, for instance, you know what I mean? Fucking hell. Guess Guess who gets the Jihad John first? The Daily Mirror. Where MI5, with the SAS. But the Mirror get an exclusive interview with him, before anyone else. Yeah. What a load of baloney. So we can, and this is the right-wing fascist thing, what they're trying to push upon us. And they did the same before World War II with Mosley and the black shirts. And if there's if anyone does do YouTube, you've got to check out the Battle of Cable Street in the East End, and there was a social revolution going on now. People have had enough. And they were stopping evictions the same way what they're doing now.
Oh, it was brilliant that.
Yeah, well, there was another guy as well that did that. So that's.
So what's his name? Darren.
Yeah. Oh, Darren.
Darren's
the guy that does Wake Up Manchester.
Yeah, and he stops his eviction. Brilliant.
People power.
People power, and we're stopping evictions by people power, and we're doing it now. It's happening in Manchester now. It's happening in the local area. You can what's the company you can phone up where you're getting evicted from and they all turn up and they don't let you get evicted. And because what it is, because they've been illegally doing it for the last thing. It's not legal. They are not allowed to enter. If you tell them they can't come in to your house and say.
If you resist passively, you can't be violent or out like that. You've just got to say I'm resisting.
No, you told me to go and I've gone
but you weren't to know, were you? This is all with the advent of social networking. People are getting on it and reading the law books and saying, actually, I think you'll find
that you're not allowed to do it.
Well, it was wrong anyway. Manchester Council shouldn't have done it anyway. It's a long story.
Anyway,
what do you make of ISIS?
Oof. Whoa.
Don't know what I make of him. What do you make
Straight
of him?
in there, eh? Well, they've got some really nice new Toyotas, haven't they?
Haven't they? And they just.
I wonder where they got them from.
So what do you make of him?
Who?
Do you think ISIS are a real sort of,
I don't even know who they are.
Live in the desert and. Well, they're the new group. They're like Al Qaeda.
Right. No, the ISIS. They're all. They're all double agents for the bankers, and the bankers and the corporates are arming and tooling all these men, and basically it's us lot stirring up trouble. We've armed to deceive all these groups, and we've done it all over. I don't even believe Bin Laden or Saddam's dead. I think they're living somewhere where Italy hung out after World War II. Same sort of thing.
So they're
all like double agents, and they're all working for the bankers and doing the bankers' dirty work for them. So they're stirring up World War, and basically that's what I was saying. The Battle of Cable Street was the same thing before World War II. There was all this right-wing fascistic stirring up racial hatred all over the place and trying to get people at each other's throats and all that. Exact same thing before World War II. You check it out, Battle of Cable Street on YouTube. It's really funny. You see the police surrender. Instead it's Bobby fucking surrendering to it. Sorry about the language again, but you know what I mean. It's great. It's a great example of people power and what we are capable of doing when we put our minds to it.
Brilliant.
I think a lot of it's a distraction, to tell you the truth, because there's stuff like we're talking about, being in the pockets of the corporations, the TTIP.
That's the one.
That's the real thing. That and fracking, those are the real threats. I mean, there's stuff going on in the world that is really, really bad, and no disrespect to anybody that's suffering because of that. But on our own land, on our own shores, we're about to be absolutely hammered.
What's them initials again? The
TTIP.
TTIP, that's the federal Europe for us, and that's what we're going into, where these corporate companies are calling all the shots, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's the one. We need to stop that at all costs.
Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership.
Yeah,
I've heard
that gives the corporations control over
everything. You don't make and that's the federal Europe. That's what we're going into with federal Europe, and we don't mind going into Europe, but we don't want that as part of it as our European.
I don't
future.
like that word federal.
Well, we won't get to say anything. So if they say they're going to frack in your back garden and they're going to put a well up there and you might have to move because of it, that's it. You will have to go. You won't get a say in it.
You don't get no rights. There's no right.
I mean, that's an extreme.
Yeah. corporations have all rights over your everything. They don't even believe Nestle's don't even believe drinking water is a human right.
Oh, I can't stand that fella. I freak out about him.
Yeah. So they don't even think, and if they don't think, corporations think they own everything and nothing is a right. Yeah. And that is what we're going into with this Spectral Europe.
It's the food stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. No one's and that standing shoulder to shoulder on the front line will send along a real strong message. That's why
if everyone starts drinking his water, that'd help.
Well, we've got to get people on the ground, specifically for the fracking, because it's coming, and it's that close, and before you know it,
it'd be too late.
Because then be saying September.
Yeah,
September.
When we're all ill, it's too late. There's nothing you can. Yeah, to stand up when it's after the event and start complaining. Then, you know what I mean.
And we're not saying we want to go for a rumble, because if we start getting violent, we've lost.
Yeah.
Because then they just bring out the big guns. I mean, there are reasons why they bought water cannons. For example,
I didn't say they bought that water cannon.
So they'll push you into that as well. But to remain peaceful on that front line is quite a difficult thing, because
they go, Jeff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But if you outnumber them, what are they going to do?
Yeah.
And that's how, that getting to talking to people, talking to your neighbours, just getting to know people and getting passionate about these things. I mean, when you understand that the planet that you're living on is a living organ, it's not just
we're the only ones that pay to live on our planet,
Yeah, but she's alive, and we've got to protect her. We've got to love the planet as much as we love ourselves, because without it,
Alex is a guy called, Alex Collier. You probably don't know him. He's a UFO guy, and he says we are the only people, humans. We're the only ones that pay to live on a planet. Nobody else does.
Well, it's madness, isn't it? It is. It's madness. You pay for water.
Yeah.
A basic human right. You're paying for water. It's absolutely.
And
madness.
we're like, how much? We're like 70-80% water. So.
But it's time for a bit more action, then, isn't it? Because we all know this. So. We keep talking about it, but nobody's actually really doing anything about it.
Well,
we're all waiting for beds.
We are actually a political party. We've got our first candidate also. We've got somebody standing against Farage in his own town. We've got a reality
Oh, he's a knob. I'm sorry for my language.
We've got a
don't hold back, Sandra.
I can't remember his last name. We met him yesterday. He's on a stand for us against Farage in his own town, the reality party, and not even the Conservatives or the Labour Party are even bothering to stand against him. So it'll be us versus Farage in his own town. Because they actually think nobody thinks they can beat him apart from with us. Yeah. So we're going to take him on in his own town and give him a taste of Mancunian magic.
Can't be a bit of Mancunian magic. Why did I think that you come from Ancoats? I don't know. Frack it. My brother wanted to know. He's a brilliant bass player, by the way. He wants to know, of all things, have you got any pets?
No, I've got some chickens coming. I've had pets in the past, but I live actually homeless. I'm no fixed abode. I actually give up all ownership 3 years ago. I've been living in a caravan for the last 3 years because I wrote letters to Tessa May, all members of government, explaining what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. But since then I've taken it up a step further and formed a political party to fight true revolution, and now I'm taking in the revolutions to the people, and I'm trying to get the backing of the people to make true change. But I started living this way 3 years ago.
So whereabouts is your caravan?
Well, that'd be telling that.
Wherever he puts it.
It's not actually my caravan, it's somebody else's caravan, you know what I mean? Because I don't actually own anything. Yeah. But, no, I don't own anything.
I won on you as well, so I must thank you for winning Big Brother.
Nice one. Well, let's hope we can win Salford now, you know what I mean, which is a more important battle. But I've been living in communities, if you want to call them communities, in land shares. I've got land I live in Wales, I go down there. But since I've been living that lifestyle, I've learnt loads of new skills, what I thought that I didn't have. And now I'm convinced that I can almost build, make, and do anything I want, you know what I mean? Create my own medicines, make anything. I can do and make anything now.
Yeah, I can see you're in great shape.
Yeah, so it's completely changed my life, because since I've given up everything, I've actually gained so much more, which is mad, really. You know what I mean? I've got
smooth talk.
Yeah. I've got pure land. I've got 18 acres in one place. I'm living on a 5,000 acre estate somewhere else. I've got other land I can go to. Another 23 acres what I'm sharing and helping on the land there to produce these permacultural sites and
build yurts.
Yeah.
What?
You build yurts.
Yeah, yurts, squares. I make anything at the moment.
Do you know what a yurt is?
Yurt?
Yurt.
No.
No. You don't know what a yurt is?
Is it a little
It's
house?
a bedlam.
Yeah, it's a collapsible, movable
bedlam tent.
Oh,
Mongolian. It was the Mongolians first of all used them.
Yeah.
They have proper doors on everything. Big round houses.
Well, you don't have
fantastic.
the ones I don't have doors on, but you can have doors on them if you want.
And you build them, and you.
They're doing because you can make them out of veg rolls, you can make them out of anything. You know what I mean? You just need a bit of old-fashioned hand tools, and you can.
You might be having to make me one, because I've got to move pretty soon.
Well, you can make your own. I can show you how to make your own. Even Mrs. is getting into it, and she's a bit of a dolly bird, and she's like, but she's gotten into like doing green woodwork and all that. She really likes the job doing it.
She's a really good driver, by the way.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So, what else are you going to tell me in the last 5 minutes?
I don't know, really. Just to believe that you have got a place in our society, and don't sit home thinking, disenfranchised, thinking that you can't make a difference to what's happening politically, and it's your duty bound. If you can't vote for the Reality Party or for any other, your duty bound to use your vote, and please go and spoil the ballot paper, put a line right through the ballot paper, because if you don't, you are saying that you're happy with the present situation, and that your no vote is counted towards the people who are in power at the moment. So you're saying that you're happy with what's going on.
Yeah.
So you need to go and use that vote, and even though you think you can't vote for nothing, you can affect the system by
by spoiling
the ballot paper, and every spoilt ballot paper is counted. So if you get, for instance,
I never knew that. Could you really
we've been on the count.
We've been on the count.
We've actually been on the count.
So it's absolutely imperatively important that you use your right to vote. And even if you think they're all a bunch of scum and you can't possibly choose any of them, well, don't spoil the paper, and your paper gets counted as a spoiled vote, and it doesn't go to the party who's in power at the moment, because you can't sit home letting them think that you're happy with them, because that's what you're saying if you stay at home and don't vote. So all these people who are suffering, like thinking they can't affect it, apathy, and disenfranchised and think they can't make a difference, you can go out there and make a massive, huge difference, and that's what we've got to go and do. Everybody's got a job to do, and even if it's going to the ballot box and voting, spoiling the paper, if that's the only thing you do towards a revolution to show that you're not happy, you got your duty bound to go and do that task, and that is what you got to do. Come May, you got to spoil that paper. If you got for instance, in the seat of Ireland, there was out of 8,000 people who were eligible to vote, 2,000 of them only turned out to vote. We got 17% of that vote, but the other 6,000 at home spoilt the paper. They would have been clear winners by a long shot. The people who have fucking had it. Sorry, but no, I keep swearing. I do forget. I get carried away sometimes.
This is
Can I add something to that list that you've got to do?
Get your mad up.
What you've got to do, right, is get on Facebook and search the local fracking community, anti-fracking communities, and please
this
get involved.
Is WFM 97.2.
Go and see your fracking communities. Talk to them online.
Go on.
Just get involved with the fracking. They're everywhere. Just look on social networking, please.
Lovely. So, well, you heard all that. Get on it. Get on it, everyone.
Yeah, we've got to defend our land.
The Reality Party. Check them out on Facebook.
Hey.
So thank you very much, Oz, and thank you very much, Bez.
No problem. Thanks for having us in.
Yeah,
nice
thank you.
one. And now come back next week. and feed the soul.
Every Saturday morning,
Easy now. Every Saturday morning is what I'm trying to say. 10 till 12 with John Lowry, the Irish Connection.
Why not join me every Saturday morning between 10 and 12 for the Irish Connection, for the best in Irish and country music, competitions to win CDs, also the Comedy Corner, and much more.
Please make sure you tune in every Saturday morning between the hours of 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. to the Irish Connection with John Lowry on WFM 97.2.
Join me, Dominic, each Friday morning at 10 a.m. for my show, Dominic on the Town. Sounds from the 60s and beyond. In the show, I will review national and local news. My show will feature specialist guests and guests who represent you and our community. So why not join me, Dominic, on Woodishire FM 97.2 every Friday morning at 10.
Do you wish you could upgrade and repair your PC without paying an arm and a leg? Always fancied a job in IT but got no certificate? Manchester College can help. Here at the Forum Learning Centre, we are running a diploma in ICT systems and principles where you will gain a Cisco certificate. On the course, you will learn how to upgrade a PC, how to add and remove software, build a PC from scratch, find and fix common faults, set up and configure wired and wireless networks, and also understand troubleshooting in general. So why not get down to the forum today and get yourself enrolled?
Flavours.
Welcoming.
Affordable.
Tasty. Scrumptious.
Delicious. Why not give your taste buds a treat? Come down to Forum Flavours Cafe at the Forum Centre.
Check out the daily special offers, our new meal deals.
Get a great breakfast, a freshly made sandwich, a hearty lunch, or even try an indulgent afternoon tea.
Forum Flavours at the Forum Centre. Open Monday to Saturday.
Forum Flavours, the cafe for everyone.
Manchester College offers a huge range of courses for adults and school leavers in Wythenshawe, based in